St. Maximillian Mary Kolbe was a conventual Franciscan friar who was ordained a priest in 1918. He had a very bright mind. He had 2 doctorates, one in philosophy and one in theology. He was very interested in astrophysics. He even designed a spacecraft that looked like an aeroplane, a similar concept to the space shuttle. I wonder, did NASA ever see his plans? He was far more interested, however, in building up God's kingdom, and he used all his gifts in doing everything he could to bring God's love to people. He was the superior of a huge house of friars near Warsaw, as well as being involved in a seminary, a radio station, and several newspapers. In the early 1930s, Maximilian travelled to Japan, where he established a friary near the city of Nagasaki. Everyone advised him to build in one particular location. However, Maximilian went against all advice and chose a site on the far side of the hill in a place that was more difficult to access. That choice saved the friary and the friars from the blast of the nuclear bomb that was dropped there in 1945, killing around 70,000 people. Later, back home again in Poland, Maximilian did all he could to counteract the atrocities of the Nazis. He sheltered more than 2,000 Jews, hiding them in the friary. He was arrested by the Gestapo in February 1945, and he was transferred to the concentration camp of Auschwitz. When a prisoner went missing, the camp commander ordered that 10 men should die in his place, and the prisoners were all assembled. One of the men who was chosen cried out in fear, "I have a wife and a young family." Father Maximilian stepped forward and offered himself in his place. The prisoners were put in a standing cell, crammed in with others, and left to starve to death. Father Maximilian led them in prayer and in hymns, especially in the Psalms, as they died one by one. 3 weeks later, only Father Maximilian remained alive, and he was given a lethal injection. As the Church considered the life and death of this great man, the question was asked, could we say that Father Maximilian was a martyr, since martyrs are those who witness to the faith by dying in its defence? To meet the man who was saved by St. Maximilian and to listen to his story is a reminder of the saying of Jesus, "No one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for his friends." How much more the one who lays down his life for a stranger? What greater witness could there be to faith in God who is love, in God who became one of us, who calls us to see Christ in our neighbour? And so the Church, with great joy, named St. Maximillian Kolbe a true martyr, a martyr of charity, on the day he was canonized by Pope John Paul II in the presence of the man whose life he saved, for whom he willingly died on the 14th of August 1945, on this day.